By the way, I've got COVID.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
That
so if I
sucks.
sound a bit throaty, that's probably why. But don't worry, I don't think it passes over audio transmissions. So I don't think
we would be real.
Yeah.
We'd be real screwed if it did.
But do you know what does carry over audio transmissions? Yerk DNA.
True.
Yes.
As we found out in the last episode, it's on a disc.
Oh my gosh.
And that's where we left
Yerk
off.
randomly touched this one time. Therefore, it is totally useful in making a source.
I don't think the Yerk's
wiring.
ever. I'm telling you, it's an Elemist device. Call it Andalite disc.
Well, why
but
didn't
it's
the
really an
Eldest
Elemist
show
disc.
up then? They've got the Elemist in the TV series.
True.
Why make it so confusing by just having Elfangor there? Because we don't know that Elfangor's connected to the Elemist. Unless you
they
read
couldn't
the
get
books.
the same actor back, so that's why.
I don't think does he appear again? I don't know. Anyway, hello Alamos fans, you're there. Oh, hi. We got Raptor and Bernard back with us today.
Bernard, yeah.
Nailed it.
It's Bernard, Nigel, David.
And we're gonna watch
Cheerio, Tip Top. Oh.
We're gonna watch part twat of Animorphs Face Off.
Yikes.
And actually this is episode 1 of series 2, Raptor. We're officially into
this
series
is
2
officially this is officially the beginning
of series 2.
No, this is incorrectly labeled.
Uh-oh.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm fairly positive. I'm 99% sure that this is incorrectly labeled because the 3-parter was what capped off the first
But
season.
every single thing ever on the internet says that this is part of the first episode. There's 6 episodes in season 2.
Well,
and this
they're
is the first
wrong
of them.
because I bought this digitally on Amazon, and this is listed in season 1.
Oh, so you're going to trust Jeff Bezos, are you?
Jeffy B?
Not when it comes to Lord of the Rings.
Big Jeffy B.
But when it comes to labeling Animorphs episodes, sure.
I think.
My man Jeffy B.
Well, I think we're in for a treat for this episode. So I've got. Well, today's forfeit.
We've got nowhere to go but up, right?
Today's forfeit is same stuff as usual. Inner monologue, stock noises, whatever. You all know if you're watching this now, you've probably watched the other episodes, so you know what the forfeits are. If not, fucking leave a like. I'm drinking
Go watch them. We have
watch them all.
We have a fun time watching these.
Go watch them all.
You should go watch them.
Finish watching this first.
True.
Type a mean comment at Medibollocks. And right, so guys, you can either make me drink my cider during my forfeit, or you can roast me. We started that last episode, but there weren't many forfeits. So I think you need a proper full episode opportunity to really lay the smack down.
What a masochist. What are you drinking?
Old Moot.
All right, I'm drinking Red's Wicked Ale.
Oh, cripey.
I've only got 2 left. This is kind of impromptu recording, so I only have 2 left.
I'll tell you, one of the worst ales I ever drank in New Hampshire. It was blueberry ale. It was
blueberry
fucking vile.
I've had one of those. There should never be a blueberry ale.
Yeah.
I've never had one that's any good.
Oh, grim. Anyway, gang. Zoinks. Shall we get crackadackading?
I think so.
Let's welcome to part 3 of Face Off, concluding the worst 3-parter in the show.
In the history, I think you'll find.
Man, there's been some moments.
There's the Star Wars sequel trilogy, then there's this Animorphs trilogy. Which is worse?
It's true.
This is more
Animorphs
entertaining. I would
trilogy.
rather... I've watched this about 10 times more than I've seen the Star Wars sequel movies, so I guess this is better by that metric.
Right.
Okay.
Before
Geek is the official arbiter then of.
Before Raptor starts simping for The Last Jedi, let's get moving.
Jake.
Last Jedi was shit, by the way.
You come to the game tonight? Are you playing? No. The sharing's setting up the
I
rally.
don't play sports.
It's gonna be a blast.
Oh, yeah,
An event like this would be
Roundup.
ideal for the Yerks to trap hosts.
What are you looking for?
So we will remember all this.
Yes.
Yeah, you gave it a 1. You gave part 2 a 1, Raptor gave it a 3, and I gave it a 2.
I think Raptor gave it a 2, didn't you?
Oh,
No, you might have given
No,
it
I
a
gave it a
3.
3. Because Geek, you gave it a 1. You gave it a
1.5.
2 point something.
We discovered that
Oh,
it is key to
2.5,
a
that's
specific
right. I was
kind of
being
life,
generous that
a
day.
member of Elfanger's
Yeah.
family.
But I mean, where do you get those points from? Where? Right. So on my thing, I start at 1, and if someone else doesn't have any redeeming qualities, it stays at a 1. In order to get a 2, it needs to do something positive. So
Okay.
do you have the same?
That's not how math
Yeah,
works.
absolutely. I can absolutely meet. I understand your metric, and I can absolutely support it with that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It started off as
I
a
didn't
1.
Yeah, no,
Started
I
off
don't
as a
look
1.
at it that way. My ratings go of 5. Everything starts off at a 5.
No,
That's
I'm
even.
calling bullshit
And then
already.
how
What if there's nothing? What if it's just a blank screen? Does that automatically become a 5?
Yeah.
Well, when
be
I hit
entertaining.
play, it starts at a 5. If it's just a blank screen, then it goes down from there.
Depending on how long the black
So,
screen
no.
lasts.
Okay. Here,
Yeah,
I can
I
can
don't
absolutely
believe in the
respect.
1. I don't think I've ever seen anything that I would probably give a 1. Like that would. I mean, even Rubber, that movie with the tire that rolls
That's
around
a
and
great
has
film.
telekinesis, blows up people's heads.
That's
That's a terrible movie.
That's a great film. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It gets even that movie's gonna get like a 2.5. So.
Okay, Raptor, what's your standard? What were you gonna say?
Okay. I give things based upon like how it makes me feel, right? So if I feel
Feelings.
like I had a good time, if I had a good time, right? If I don't feel like what I watched was a waste of time, that's what a 5 is.
Okay.
Right? A 5 is it did not waste my time, right? When you get higher in the scale, it says, okay, did it make me feel something more, right? Did it change my understanding of something? Did it make me think more about myself? Did it make me want to think about go learn about something, right? Did it stay in my head and live there for a long time, right? That would be a higher end of the scale. The lower end of the scale becomes, is it wasting my time? How aggravating is it to watch, right? So for me, a 3 is indicative that I did not have an overall fun time watching. Like,
Oh, you didn't have fun hanging out with
I had
us?
fun time. No, I separate having fun with you guys versus the quality of the work, right? The thing that I am watching. I would not go back and rewatch those things because I did not have a fun time watching those things. I enjoyed watching it with you guys, but I did not enjoy that one thing.
Here's the
So,
truth.
here's
The truth is I don't give ratings. I stopped giving ratings years ago, like actual points ratings to anything when I do a review on YouTube or anything like that. I stopped because the thing is people always get stuck on whatever number you give them, and really all that matters is what if you had fun, what you liked and disliked about it. Really, it's the content of it. So yeah, I really don't really give scores anymore.
I've not found anyone to disagree that The Weakness is a 1 out of 10.
It's a bad book. It's not.
I remember I said I like the idea of the book.
Well, yeah, but that's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the idea. Yes. I mean, the idea behind freaking. I don't want to get political. Let's carry on.
Sure.
To be exact,
Tobias, you've unlocked the disc.
Oh, he's unlocked the disc.
Wait.
Disc has been unlocked. He found the passcode.
Wait a second. Pause. Okay. I want to answer before I want to put a cap on this. Okay. So you asked me how I got a 3, and I'm going to use your metric to define how I got a 3.
Okay.
It started off as a 1. Okay. Tom's acting, the fact that he cares so much, the guy who plays Tom, he cares so much about how he's acting in these scenes, immediately brings it up to a 2. Okay. And then when it does something positive, in terms of doing something positive, I had a fun time watching it with you guys. So that brings it up to a 3. So the only saving, it would have been a 2, but because I enjoyed watching it with you, it meant that it got to the 3.
So basically,
the bonus
because me and Bernard were here, and because Tom's actor tried hard.
Exactly.
That's fair. I mean, Samurai Cop is a terrible movie, but every time I watch it with my friends and we have a good time making fun of it,
There you
makes it better than a 1, even though it's objectively probably a 1.
Exactly.
Kung Pao is probably objectively a 1, but fuck me, it's a 10.
Exactly.
There you go.
See, it all works.
I mean, I like
You will
the
call
movie
me
2012.
Betty.
Everybody hates that movie, and objectively, it's a bad movie. But I like that movie anyway. So everybody
I
likes
mean,
something.
fair
that sucks.
enough, fair
Fine.
enough. I mean, even Book 37 has got its own little charm for how shit it is. I look at it and think, you're so shit that it's almost lovable.
I thought you look at it and be like, oh, this book needs some tape.
Boom. True.
No, because I already did tape it up. And
Oh, you
actually,
already did
that
it. It
book,
needs more tape.
it's either already in Malta or it's on the way to Malta.
Nice. Because of the win.
Yes. And guess which book's going to Australia?
I'm gonna guess the unexpected.
The Unexpected is on its way to Australia
Yeah,
right now.
That's the one.
It's on its way.
Because it wouldn't be poetry otherwise.
Exactly. Right, so the Brood,
Got
lads,
the
the
Yerk
Brood.
back.
Generation
That's
doesn't
right.
need the Kandrona to live.
Bags and bags of
They are
yurts.
indeed the key to the Yerk army's invasion of Earth.
Binders full of women and bags full of yurts.
Right.
Frumpy Dumpy students.
The tornado! Oh, see, there you go. Oh, the tornado.
So this is what we've all.
I can't actually remember what happens in this episode.
Oh my gosh. The tornadoes.
I think my
There's like a
memory's
tornado,
just repressed.
then it's really windy outside.
I think my brain's just like gotten rid of the memory of this episode. I cannot remember what happens.
Yeah, but now we're on the guest list.
We gotta think of something fast.
I need you to
They-
become a Yerk.
They need to go
Do
morph.
it now.
They need to go morph, and then they need to sneak
The DNA
in.
pattern of a Yerk was on the disc.
Excuse me, is there going to be morphing in your Animorph show?
You're right. I shouldn't have suggested it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is for horses.
I'm here for my regeneration.
My regeneration.
Oh my gosh! And then the friggin' Yerk wand.
That's a TV
Yeah,
remote.
that's that doubles as the Disney Fast Pass.
No, I want you to. It's a TV remote, isn't it? So,
Yes, it is 100% a TV remote.
because if you look at it from the top angle here, you can see the little. Oh, they can't actually see it on my screen, but if I just. Oh, I can't move it. Oh, wait, yeah, I can. Now you can see there, look. It's got the little circle with the little lens bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
So good. So good.
it's not as good as
Hey,
the
it's
not
just-
as good as the flashlight.
True, and it's not as good as the morphing sensor is a motion sensor from like the terrible 90s home security systems. So
But hey, if I made an Animorphs show, I'd probably use that sort of stuff as well. It's
That's right.
recycling. They're doing good for the planet and for global
and
warming.
yeah, for the global warming, and you would use soundboards for all of your spaceship controls.
But at least
'cause
I put
that's the best way
freaking
to do it.
tape over the freaking labels. They didn't even do that.
Ah, yes, how I fly a spaceship with my gains and my treble.
With my EQ.
Yeah, perfect. I gotta equalize this plane.
Reverb, go!
He had a Yerk in his hand.
reverb them engines.
Imagine if we took a drink every time they said
The
brew.
Analyte has stolen my disc, and I'm
Brew.
going
It's,
to.
the Brood. Oh, here we go. Do you remember where we left
You
off?
could morph
Oh,
a
so
belt.
good. Oh, and then
Morphing
Visor
belt.
3 just shows up at the end. Oh,
By yourself immediately.
Oh.
I'm in his
335.
Wait, by the way, did we ever actually do green screen for that scene?
I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
Or did they... Is it green screen or is it two cameras, two scenes stuck next to each other?
Identify yourself immediately.
I'm
I think they probably just split the screen.
Yeah, I think they split the screen.
Yeah.
I'm 335.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Hi, my name's Jake. I thought I knew who I was. A kid who liked
Tell you
to
what, I'll
roll
drink
things.
one finger for that, or you can roast me.
Drink a finger.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll drink one.
Drink a
We'll
finger.
save the roasting for the good forfeits.
Get loosened
Oterlu,
up.
drink 10 fingers for every episode I haven't mentioned your name. Which probably adds up to about 5 now.
You know, go to
So
school,
50
play video
fingers,
games,
basically
have
down a
great
barrel.
memories. But the other
Ah,
night, my whole life
got 'em.
changed when my friends
And
I gave me
Medibollocks
power to morph.
do half that, but twice
You
as
know,
much.
change shapes, become animals. So now Marco, Cassie, Tobias, my cousin
Big
Rachel,
Brock and little
become
Sean.
dogs, cats, tigers, hawks, anything. Pretty cool, right? And not when you're the only
Pretty
one with a bunch of
cool.
mind-controlling alien yerks in the end of the world.
Do you guys think that this... Because I saw another article today saying that the Animorphs TV series is one of the best TV shows of the 90s.
I don't know where you're finding that. This must be a UK site.
It was an article done back in 2020. It was written down as one of the best kids TV shows of the 90s.
I didn't know. Nobody in school when I was in school when this was on TV watched the Animorphs TV show. I never ran into anybody who watched it.
Well,
so.
of course, it was only those 2 states. Was it Montana and freaking, I don't know, Idaho or something like that?
It was Washington, wasn't it? I thought that
Oh,
was
yeah,
Washington
it
State.
might have been Washington, but that's like science and shit, so you can't deny that, or else you're a science denier, Bernard.
That's
Are you going to deny
airtight
science?
logic. Such
Well,
airtight logic.
you know, here's the thing: is anybody can write an article. You got to cite your sources, and those sources have to be credible.
Rubbish.
So.
Rubbish. What are you talking? You're
Or you
an
can just read it
anti-vaxxer.
and believe what you
You're an-
want, like most people do.
You're an
It
anti-vaxxer,
already does that.
hollow earther, flat and hollow earther. In fact, yeah, you're both those things simultaneously.
Got him.
And
I didn't know that was an option, but now that it is, maybe I should look more into
a
it.
flat capper.
Telling you,
Well,
because
one of
you
those
never
is
know
correct.
who's a yerk and who's not. All I know is
Now I'm an Animorph.
Have you heard that conspiracy theory that there's Nazis underground just waiting to come out one day? That shit's wild.
I have not heard that. No.
The Earth is hollow and it's filled with Nazis.
Oh
I
my
think we
gosh.
have better shot of these yerk sacks being real.
True.
It just looks like the NHS waiting room.
Let's go get you into your first toasts.
Jesus Christ.
I love
Like
how
they're
they
just
just. I love how
holding
they
it
just
like a
carry.
baby.
Yeah. Right. They just like carry these things. It's like what?
I wouldn't want to
Why
touch
wouldn't
that.
they just put them in the pool or something?
You know
Yeah,
what?
this is
Every
really
time they
weird,
show the
guys.
Yerk- every time they show the Yerk pool, I think of the Eddie Murphy SNL skit where he like gets in the hot tub. Too hot for the hot tub.
Right. Too hot for the hot tub.
It's
Well, and now it's conspicuously without its like normal red Condrona light. Like it's actually kind of a well lit environment, and there's like, look at that. There's like some stuff down here too.
It doesn't look too bad here. Does if it was like
Yeah.
if it was about 20 times bigger, it'd look like the Earth ball. Except it needs redder lights. It's a bit too grey at the moment. It's a bit Red Dwarf Series 1.
There you go.
Everything's
one.
everything's a
On the
bit
show,
grey.
in the show, they never really say how. 'Cause they only talk about the Yerk invasion in their town, right? They never really say, you know, if they're elsewhere on Earth.
Correct. They only ever. I think the last episode was the only time that we had ever heard that they were like, "Oh, we're talking about infesting the next town."
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Even though they haven't conquered one basketball
This
game.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even just this town, the school. A single
Right.
school.
They have right. They have got multiple Yerk pool entrances in the school, but that's about as good as we got
They
so
got
far. okay?
multiple Yerk entrances and they still can't fucking get the school.
Can't get those
What
kids.
hope do they
Something
have?
about these
Do-
kids, man.
Is when school is in, lock down everything. Say there's a tornado drill. You don't need to do it at a basketball game.
Exactly.
Escort all the kids down into the pool, and then just have the Hork-Bajir just shove them in the pool.
What
Throw
Hork-Bajir?
them in there.
What Hork-Bajir? They retired. Oh, sorry, he
It's
retired.
true. Yeah, the one.
He's gone to the retirement home back on
They
the
all
Blade
they
ship.
all moved to the next town.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, right, that's the problem. Who's this editor? Sprogis. I've never seen that name before.
Okay,
Sprogis. I reckon he retired the Hork-Bajir.
She just really loves that
Yeah,
sack of weird,
she,
doesn't she?
she's very motherly over there.
Definitely not one of Santa's elves.
Oh god, that's a joke. That's a joke.
I like how he's sitting there with his hands in his pockets too. Like,
They're
this is fine.
so
like,
casual
no
about
one's gonna
it.
come.
It's good.
They're standing out in the open. Like, no, like, okay, granted, Tobias is already pretending to be a controller, but everybody just, like, assumes that this other guy standing with him is, too, because he's got his hands in his pockets.
Yep. Right, joke, everyone.
Guys...
2 fingers or roast, well, both.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh,
I find it quite flattering that you actually have to think.
Oh,
you haven't got like...
I didn't know I was allowed to do anything. Is this a Raptor? Okay, I'll have a drink.
Oh, no, you have a drink? Okay.
You can roast me if you wish. Go on, I'm ready. I'm man enough to take it.
I really...
Sure?
I'm a strong man. I can take anything. Bring it.
Okay.
I wish that you would have more variety in your shirts. I feel like you don't have good enough variety in your shirts. You wear like the same kind of like several.
I like how Raptor's insult is you need to get more shirts.
I need a
Gap.
better fashion sense. What the hell? What's wrong with my shirts? I wear polos and Oxford shirts, thank you very much.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem is that, like, I had a girlfriend who, she only exclusively wore polos, so I am, like...
Yeah, that's a bit cringe.
Mildly uncomfortable when I see people wearing polos, so...
Okay, I'll wear more non-polos.
Perfect.
Bernard,
there you go.
What have you got to say to me? Come on, bring it. I can take it.
Oh, every time you post a casting video, I just watch it to cringe at the fact you don't know any of the people you're talking about.
You're mean. You're a big bully. I know who they are.
You said let you have it.
Right, we're watching more.
Yeah, I'm a big boy. I can take it. Oh no, somebody disagrees with my opinions. Oh, you're mean.
Mate, I'm just copying Twitter.
Oh man, that's a terrible life decision.
Wait, hold on, guys. We gotta help Jake first.
Oh.
He's back that way. He's trapped in a room back there.
What is? Wait, what?
Rachel's controlling him.
Watch that again. That's brilliant.
Oh my gosh.
He's trapped in a room back there.
Tobias is like, wait, what?
Wait, what's happening? It's like I've got a yak or something.
It's almost like Rachel's still inside my head.
They're next in line to be yerked.
Axe.
Very casual about it too. Everyone's really cash.
They really don't give a shit. It's like they've accepted it at this point.
Like no, like what?
Cassie, they're next in line.
The cheer, like everyone's just like, oh man, I can't understand what's going on past this really small thing of plastic.
They look like they're all in line for a beast burger.
He's only got 5. He's got 5 minutes left in morph.
Okay, we got some stakes. Let's see it.
Hang on, Axe. We'll do something. Just wait until I give the word.
What are you going to do?
Why don't you just do what Marco does and walk away from the line?
Yeah, true.
Marco just walked away and he's fine. He's got his hands in his pockets and everything.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Boris is the MVP.
That's a fair point. Fair point.
We don't know yet.
I mean, there's no security stopping him.
Man, it's so much brighter. Can we comment on just like the sheer fact that like everything is like I can actually see what is going on in all of these scenes?
Yeah, it's not like Game of Thrones.
What happened the last time?
I wonder if it's the video transfer, like from what we're watching, or if that's actually how the episode aired with the massive lighting difference.
Did the light bulb suddenly?
Look how bright it is.
Did the light bulb suddenly reattach itself?
Right, like that was the whole bit, right? Was that like Jake broke the light bulb with his belt?
With his belt, yep.
And then it was like really dark. And then Tom goes in there, and then 2 Toms walk out, and now it's like
unless they,
it's so brightly illuminated. How would you ever know? How would you ever?
Maybe the Vista moved them away from that, or took them out and closed the door behind them.
Listen, everyone, I can't tell which Innis is the right Innis, so we must get more lights, please.
What he should say
aside.
Is crawl out of your host's ear. Perfect solution.
True.
Oh, because Tom is very willful.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom is he is very, very willful. Yes.
And what if Anne walks by?
Oh,
like Anne's gonna like take the moment and free him.
Well, we gotta save Anne for the David trilogy, replacing Anne for the anthology.
Not so close, Andalite. Your presence makes my flesh crawl.
Enough. 335. Prove to me who you are.
I was hatched on the planet. You, go and get a scanner. I'll prove to you beyond a doubt that I am the Yeerk.
I was hatched on the That's the TV show saying, we actually know a lot of stuff, but we're not going to tell you.
Hatched on a planet. Hey, do you want some Animorphs lore? Too bad. We're not going to give it to you.
Basically.
Did you hear me? I gave you an order.
I don't take orders from Andalites.
Boom!
If I was the Andalite, why would I ask for the scanner? When you hold the scanner up to that, it will not detect a Yeerk, because he is not Yeerk 335. I am Yeerk 335.
To be fair, he's got a point. Why doesn't the guy just get a freaking scanner?
True. I don't disagree.
Because
I don't disagree with you.
The remote ran out of batteries. They're
charging. Right. Okay. Okay.
772.
772.
Go get the scanner.
Now he goes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
He does actually go.
You have revealed yourself.
Wait. He must. Wait. So it's hold on. I figured out who it is just from that alone. So.
He is not Yeerk 335. I am Yeerk 335.
They should know now.
772. Go get the scanner.
He's the real Yeerk because he's clearly 772 because he's now responding to that.
335, you mean?
So the one
772.
The one that's
because he knew
the one that said 772. Go get the scanner. Then the guy who's clearly actually called 772 goes and gets the scanner. So he's the real Tom.
You would think that, yes.
Because how would Jake know that Yeerk's name?
That's a good point.
So that's
Andalite, you have revealed yourself. Every Yeerk knows the name of his second in command.
See, I told you I don't remember the show at this episode, so that just goes to show that I have genuinely forgotten what happened.
I try to selectively make comments because I know everything that happens. So.
Okay. So it just goes to show that sometimes I underestimate the show's ability to follow basic logic.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it can follow basic logic.
I say we morph something scary and do some damage control before they're Yeerked.
Dude, where
True.
you going? Not going anywhere.
Why is he now walking like that? Why? That wasn't a thing before.
Thank you.
Because Rachel's controlling him.
It was an accident. I just thought about going and you did.
Try not to think.
It's not hard. She's blonde.
Oh,
Dude.
Marco, just because I'm a Yeerk doesn't mean I can't hear you.
I know that.
Wow.
How you doing in there?
Well, I think it's time I got out. It's a tight squeeze in here and my time's running out.
It's a tight squeeze.
Is it?
Wait, his time's running out. She's just got in there.
Wait.
You know what? Hey, I pause it real quick. So you know what would be a smart writing decision is if, and this is something they could do in the TV show with their limited budget, is have Rachel after this feel somewhat sympathetic to the Yeerks because this is the first time we see them morphing them. So
True.
But no.
True.
I guess.
But no.
I guess I would rather see Axe at the mall.
All they could have done book 19 because all that book is a small ginger girl called Karen in the woods. That doesn't take much budget. Just freaking do book 19. Problem solved. But I will say, I think I covered this in my first time I reviewed this. So Rachel's just said her time is running out. Axe has just said his time is running out. They morphed at completely different times. Because Axe was in the whole basketball game.
True.
Well, Axe,
and Rachel's
I think
just
Axe
morphed.
can actually monitor the time. Rachel's just guessing.
But she can force speak Axe, who's right there, basically.
True. But Axe doesn't know when she morphed.
In fact, Axe has just told her. Axe has just told her, I'm running out of time. I've got 5 minutes left. So Rachel should know.
Oh, I'm saying Axe can't tell Rachel how much time she has left because Axe wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah,
so he has no idea when Rachel morphed.
But he knows.
Right, and Rachel doesn't know. Rachel doesn't know what time she morphed, so she couldn't communicate that to Axe to be like, oh, This is when I
Right,
morphed.
right,
Oh, this is how much
right,
money I
guys.
left.
I'm going to get my British brain in. On the gears are churning now. Okay, so Axe and Rachel were together at the basketball game with Axe in Morph. So the amount of time that Axe and Rachel were together at that basketball court, Axe can say you have that much time left at least. So if they're at the basketball game for 20,
you could make an estimate. I could understand what you're saying.
Could do that part. Yeah, we clearly know Rachel's massively incorrect because there's nowhere. It's been nowhere near 2 hours. We know that.
Yeah.
Right.
And she should know that.
True. She should. Yes. That is true.
We're getting far too mathematical for a very, very illogical series.
Very true.
Back in line.
Very true.
Rachel, what's going
Get back in line, Mark, and let me shove you over here slightly.
There's a controller coming.
Right.
Oh, in a yurt pool, a controller? My God, what will
Who
we
would
do?
have thought?
Just walks
We must alert
past.
the church elders.
You know those guys are beginning to bug me?
Tobias, I need to find a place to morph now.
Dude, I think you better go. Not that you have much of a choice, but you better go now.
What is going on?
Tobias, hurry. I can't stand it in here any longer.
Why is she
trying to have stakes?
It's claustrophobic. That's actually in character.
Now, Tobias, I have to get out of here now.
But why
She's
suddenly?
claustrophobic.
Wait, that's true.
But
So,
she's in a
well,
yurt,
I mean-
I suppose.
But have they established that in the show, Geek? That's the million-dollar question.
Yes,
Have
they
they
did.
established
In the oatmeal episode, they commented on that because she didn't want to go down and she didn't want to be the Adger, whatever. I don't remember what morph they used in the TV show.
I mean, it could work, but it was like a flick of a switch. Oh, now I'm claustrophobic. To get me out. Well, she didn't even say that. She just said, "Get me out. I'm running out of time." So.
She's clearly having a panic attack. Like, this isn't about her running out of time. She's having a panic attack.
Correct.
I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Right. I'm gonna be. If only I was as generous. Wait, hold on. You're supposed to be the pessimistic one. You're always the one saying, "Oh, move, yeehaw! Movie's not gonna happen, y'all." And I'm sitting here like, give it a chance, everyone.
I don't remember talking like that. I don't know why.
You're American. You all talk like that. You
all
all talk like that. But yeah, you're supposed to be the pessimistic one. I'm the optimist.
Oh, I'm a realist.
And Mehdi is the one that
I'm
comes to the
either
comment
pessimist
section after the video and says some rubbish. In fact, Mehdi, you were wrong last time you commented. I'll have you know. Sorry.
I don't know if that's true.
There you go.
It was true.
You heard it here first.
Mehdi Bollocks was talking bollocks.
That's right.
I'm a realist, all right?
Fair.
Tobias, I'm sorry. I can't really stop my thoughts right
Sorry.
Sorry.
You gotta relax
So
so I can move
So
free.
people yell in a Call of Duty lobby.
Just
Stop
climb out of his head.
controlling.
Climb out of his head. Bag of yerks? Bag of yerks? Who ordered a bag of yerks?
Oh, here is Marco.
Okay, Jake.
Wondering.
I like how Tobias, when he's walking around, he gets questioned twice. Marco was walking around and nobody questions
It's
it.
probably because I'm gonna do a Bernard now and justify it. It's because Tobias, when he was walking through the entrance ways past security, whereas Marco's in the facility.
Okay.
See, I can do it, Bernard. I can do it as well.
Yeah, he's shorter to the ground, so he's not as easily visible.
He's shorter to the
Yerks can't look down. They can only look ahead or up.
Curses, they're one weakness.
Ow! Looking!
They're just they're the opposite of dogs.
The opposite of dogs.
And that's why the Chi don't like them.
True.
They can't see each other.
How would we ever get this done? I don't know.
Oh, I think I love. Is this the broom cupboard bit?
Yes,
I
it is.
freaking love this
Oh,
bit. I can't remember what I
It's
said.
not
but-
locked? The yerks don't lock their giant
No,
metal doors?
you gotta listen. You gotta listen in.
You ready for this?
Rachel gives lousy directions.
Hey. Mr. 3 needs help in the brood chamber.
What?
Okay. I'll get right on it.
Did he just watch him pull the broom out? He walked up after the broom was pulled out.
Thing is, I remember.
Why did you put pretend? Why did you pretend to start sweeping?
I think I cracked up when I first watched this because I thought the Yerk said broom closet.
And you broom closet?
Because
Brood.
It's because when I first imagine he says broom and just what we're watching.
Needs help in the broom chamber.
Oh, chamber.
In the broom chamber.
The broom chamber. And Marco's just got a broom out, so I was like, what? He needs help in the broom chamber.
Oh, you're the perfect Yerk for the broom chamber. It's a chamber full of brooms.
This is why I cracked it the first time. It's just.
That would be funny. It would be that would make more sense than the fact that he walks up behind him when he pulls the broom out of the trash can and starts sweeping. And he's like, "Oh, okay, you're cool.
You're needed in the broom chamber." Yeah.
Lousy directions.
Hey.
I got a broom.
Mr. 3 needs help in the broom chamber. They've got an andalite.
Stop sweeping that jar garbage.
Sweep the andalite up.
I'll get right on it.
See, Marco's like, I pretended to be a Yerk before, so I can just pretend to be a Yerk now.
Or just bring the broom with me, and anytime anybody questions me, just broom.
What's the point of going to the broom chamber if you're going to put the broom back? Well, I suppose there'd be brooms in the broom chamber, I suppose.
One would assume.
Well,
we need the broom to sweep up all the plot holes.
True. Oh,
no, that's what Tobias is about to do it with his tongue. Look.
Got him.
You can come out now.
Oh, I'm trying to, but I can't.
Yes, you can. Listen to me.
You can do it.
You're in my head, so you must know I want to help you.
Just think. Why does he need to talk?
What if he morphs while Rachel's a Yerk in his head? What happens?
Well, we know what happens, right? She stays a Yerk in his head.
This is the face I'm pulling right now.
But what if he morphs something small?
Because when Jake was infested in the capture, the Yerk morphs in his head fine too.
Ah.
They're fine.
Touche.
That's
well, yeah. We don't know the TV show rules.
Right, lads. I need the lavatory, so I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. You're in my head.
Kidney's failing again.
You're in my head, so you know that I want to help you, and also the fact that I'm your friend. Right? No, I definitely want you to stay in my head and stay as a Yerk, please. That's exactly what needs to be happening right now.
Yeah, I don't like this. So I'm trying to. So in the capture, in the actual book, how do they explain that? What's our explanation for how the Yerk morphs with? Is it actually explained?
No, it's just he's in his head. Because he's in his head, he just gets to be a Yerk that also morphs. Because the same thing would be true of Visser 3, right? Visser 3 morphs things all the time, and the Yerk stays in his head. Because
we never see Visser 3 morph something smaller. I only see morph things that are bigger. So in my head, like reading the books whenever I was younger, that was my reasoning for it. It just never made any sense. Why, if you're morphing something like a fly, why is the Yerk morphing down with the fly around the fly brain? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, and I would say that to that end too, like when Visser 3 morphs potentially creatures that don't have brains or have simple brains, right? Like when he morphs the giant plant thing, like when he morphs the weird plant monster, and then when he morphs the Valik, not that's the Yerk Eater, right? The Valik's the Yerk. No.
Yeah, Bane.
Yeah, the Yerksbane. So when he works the Yerk, like theoretically, he's morphing things that don't necessarily like have either a brain or a skull. So like, how would the Yerk like position itself differently around? How would a Yerk control a brain that's bigger than what it's? It doesn't need to make sense. I think is kind of the easiest answer is that you could come up with like some kind of like weird scientific thing, like maybe because the Yerk is ingrained into the neurons.
See, this is where the crossover of Harry Potter comes in. They use magic.
Oh god.
Avada Kedavra. I know that kills
Go
him.
home, Mr. Reviews. You're drunk.
Yurt goes into you and just says, Wingardium Leviosa! And the eardrum just flies out the way.
Shout out to everybody who voted in the poll for the Star Trek crossover with Animorphs. That is the proper answer.
Nah, Red Dwarf,
Harry
mate.
Potter.
Red Dwarf.
Well, I think you're the only one who voted for that, so.
No, there was at least another person. I think there might have been like 3. Nothing wrong with Red Dwarf. If you say anything wrong about Red Dwarf, then I'll say something wrong about your mother.
I like Red Dwarf.
I didn't say anything about. I said Animorphs crossing over with Red Dwarf doesn't make any sense.
On all those shelves behind you there, Bernard, have you got any Red Dwarf?
No.
Shameful.
I think the only UK show that I have is Spaced. It's Simon Pegg.
Not even Blackadder.
Oh. Well, I also don't have a whole lot of TV shows. I mean, I do have some TV shows, but I mean, most of it's movies. So.
Raptor, Blackadder, opinions, go.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, you clown.
Sure, yeah. Clown me up.
Nobody just accepts that. Fight back.
Clown me up. I don't know what it is.
Fight
Blackadder?
like
I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's a television show.
Raptor doesn't even know what Blackadder is, my dear.
I mean, I think that he would advocate for a crossover with Mr. Bean because he just wants to hoard all the UK shows.
A sitcom.
There was a crossover with Mr. Bean. It's in book 37, Bean Tower.
94. Oh, Rowan Atkinson was in it. Is that why you brought up Mr. Bean? Is because you knew that Rowan Atkinson was in it?
Mate, Bernard knows the meta.
There you go.
Right, Tobias is pulling a face that I'm very familiar with. Because that's how I feel throughout the TV series.
I love Stephen Fry. Maybe I'll watch this. Maybe this sounds fun.
Yeah, you got to watch. Don't start with season 1 though.
There's 6 seasons. It says.
What, Blackadder?
Series of 4. Oh, 4. It says series of 4.
Yeah, don't watch the first one. Watch 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, 2, 3, and 4.
That's what I say about Parks and Rec too. No, skip the first season.
That's what I say about Parkinson's disease.
Skip the first part of Just go to the extreme Parkinson's disease. Don't waffle around. And,
none of that bollocks. Get straight to the meat of it. Right, let's carry on.
You can do this.
Listen, you know that I want to help you. Okay, so play the show and we'll keep going.
There it is, green screen.
Wait, there's that green screen? I turned away for a
totally
second. I turned away for a second.
It's very green screen. That Yerk is not.
That's when
he's gonna get on arcade and throw the slug, so we're just gonna have it slide across the screen.
I heard you sounding so convinced it was green screen. I thought, no, it can't be that bloody obvious.
Yes, it is.
It's that obvious.
Right, 3 fingers. You can roast me all you like, chaps. Medibollocks, you have permission to roast me in the comments, but if you do, I'll roast you up back in return and make you drink 1,000,000 fingers.
Very much disagree with your takes on Visser as a book.
What?
You didn't like Visser very much
I've just
in your review.
spilt my drink everywhere.
I like Visser a lot.
Oh,
I think that
wait,
Visser is
like
one of the best
Visser?
books.
I loved Visser. The problem with it, I gave it an 8 out of 10 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 8
that's
out of
pretty
10.
good.
Needs more than that.
Sorry,
Visser's great.
the wife just threw something at me.
I threw you something to clean it up, but it landed on the cat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, well, yeah, she threw something to clean up my spilt drink at me.
Aw.
Yeah, it's an 8 out of 10.
I disagree.
Why?
It's 10 out of 10. It's great. It's awesome. It's got everything. It's got like Yerk backstory lore. It's got interesting and hardcore dynamics of like, oh, how does a Yerk really integrate with hosts? How does all of this stuff happen? It has great catharsis with Marco.
What?
Visser 3 gets made the fool that he is.
Why do you think I gave it an 8 out of 10?
13?
Why did I give it an 8 out of 10?
So many good things. So many good things.
Why did I give it an 8 out of 10?
I know why. As you said, it had
long.
no ramifications.
Exactly. It
Which is
promised a lot
absolutely
and
false.
delivered
It
on
has
0.
total ramifications.
It delivered on 0. It promised a lot and delivered on 0.
It delivered on everything. You're crazy.
Right.
I mean, it depends on how you
fight
view it. I view it as a prequel. Like, I view it as a prequel. The majority of the book is a prequel, and if you judge it like based on that, it doesn't really have to make any impact on the current. The part is like currently running the timeline is the least interesting part of the Visser book. The most interesting part is definitely all the prequel stuff.
I disagree. I disagree because I think that the ability to see the Council of 13 in action is exceptionally cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that it is.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it's not as interesting.
No, but like, true, that's fair. But then also the payoff of we knew, like the last Marco book, right? When he tries to kill her by pushing her off the cliff, right? We know that she like survives. Like there's that setup that she is aware of who he is. And this totally has payoff of that where it's like, okay, Visser 3 is an idiot, and Visser 1 is clearly the better villain because she was able to figure it out way. Because even before, right, she had inklings that there was all these types of things, that there were some shenanigans afoot. So it paid off her character to show that she was like the good villain that she had always been built up to. But then you got to see all of her backstory, like you guys said, that is really cool and compelling. And then you get that really awesome moment for someone who's like a huge Marco fan, right? There's that moment where when they meet and they have there's that tension there that it's like, oh man, something's gonna happen. It's like Marco knows, like we're getting down to the wire here on whether or not like Eva's gonna get freed.
I'm gonna stop you.
Second best.
I'm gonna stop you here, Raptor. Right. The book's premise, it starts out, the big plot line, who's going to get killed? The entire plot rests on that question of who is the Council 13 going to execute? And they kill, and at the end they just say, actually, we're not going to kill either of you. It fails on its biggest point of tension, its biggest plot point. It just says, actually, nah, fuck it, we're not going to do that. And then, 10 books later, Visser 1 just dies in a really pathetic way. Yeah, it sets itself up to be this big, huge moment, and then it's just like, nah, fuck it. Nothing happens.
It's great. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Sent Visser 1 off to a planet so he could like drink a mer camel. And
then that's never resolved.
It's perfect. No, I see, and I totally disagree. And this is why I think that your take on Visser is poor, because it's like it totally pays it off because the Yeerks are constantly showing themselves to be always trying. They don't play fair. They're always trying to like play some kind of game to get themselves in a higher vantage position. And somebody's gonna die, and nobody does, but I would argue that they probably, like, the Council of 13 is not stupid, and they knew that if they actually they actually never had the intention of killing Visser 1, because they know if they kill Visser 1, then Visser 3 is going to ascend, and then they're going to be screwed. So it has all kinds of stuff that plays into the greater
just how Visser 2 just gets forgotten in all this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Visser 3 is going to be next up.
Basically. Visser 2 then shows up in 46 as just this cackling Visser 3 clone.
Well, and theoretically, because at that point, Visser 3 has already been promoted to Visser 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that Visser 2 might not be the actual original Visser 2.
No.
Like, I would imagine, like, I always imagined that Visser 2 was the now Visser 2 was some other, like, low-level sub-Visser that gets promoted when he becomes Visser 1, and then probably the actual Visser 2 is like super ticked off.
The original Visser 2 was probably an accomplice of Visser 1's.
Probably, yeah, because like Visser 1 was smart enough to know that like keeping the person directly beneath you, like in your corner, is how you're going to stay in power. Because if Visser 1 was always battling Visser 2 and Visser 3, then that would be way too much to try to like control, to try to exert.
Mm-hmm.
So only having to worry about Visser 3 because he's a megalomaniac is probably like the more interesting, like the more reasonable take on how. See,
my
goes.
take on Visser is it is a fantastic book. It's just If it was just for
It's an 8 out of 10.
if it was just two changes,
You know what? This is
just
all,
two
this is all
changes, it would be
arguing
probably the best book of the
semantics.
series. Probably the best book of the series.
No,
But
you both love the book, but Raptor's like, his insult is that you should have given it 2 more points. I mean, I don't think that's a good enough insult, but this did definitely diverge us from the TV show, though. So
right,
we should-
now it's your turn to roast me, Bernard. So go on, have at it.
So
jeez.
Raptor will save this discussion for another day.
I'll save my roast for the next forfeit.
Oh, so you're trying to think of one because you know that I'm a perfect being like Mary Poppins.
It's true.
I just have to come up with insults that I can give on YouTube.
I'm Larry Poppins. I am.
Yeah, Larry. Larry Poppins.
Believe me, I can
Practically perfect in every way.
Morphin from a slug.
And now Marco's sneak. Is this the brood chamber now, or is it?
I mean,
is it the
theoretically.
broom chamber?
Well, I mean, the guy didn't even follow him.
I have the Andalite disc.
Oh, I hate this 3-parter. There's like no morphing.
The disc is in my pack.
Why is he not?
Okay, the disc is in my pack. Oh man. Come on, Marco.
Yeah, put the pieces
Put
together.
it together.
Come
Put it together,
on, man.
Marco. Come on. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Do you think the other Tom just popped out of the ground like a daisy?
What's going on here?
The Andalite stole it. That's how we knew it wouldn't be there.
You two are giving me a headache. Where's
Jake doesn't know what I have to
Ian
do.
Lipinski.
He's killing it. By the way, this is his last appearance. This is his last appearance.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. I love Eugene Lipinski.
He's good.
Great.
Yep.
He's a great Visser
Jake
3.
has to be the one on the right.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Good job, Marco.
You guys are making a big mistake. I'm 335.
Right, we've already figured this out. Why are we still going on about who's who? We know now.
This guy in the background looks like he needs to be on like an offenders list.
Which guy?
Jeez.
What, Marco?
Okay, what's the plan?
No, not Marco.
Oh, who's this frumpy dumpy loon? Oh, God.
Definitely not one of the students that they've infested from their amazing plan to infest the school.
Now Marco's in the brood chamber.
Brood chamber. Did they get smaller? Did the brood sacks get smaller?
Arms and legs again.
You sure you're okay?
I'm sure.
She's fine now. She's all smiles.
We have to help Axie.
She's actually smiling. She's just casually strolling and smiling in the pool.
Yeah, it's a fabulous vacation destination.
I wasn't really watching which way we came from.
They are just walking around in there, aren't they?
They are, yep.
Uh-oh.
Hey! You were the guy from earlier. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Those guys came out of the broom closet.
Shit. I knew the broom
There's
closet
two
was
guys
behind
in
this.
The broom closet.
Broom closet is just the TARDIS, I guess.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, Marco, where's the joke?
This is gross.
Oh.
That's it? That's all he's
Let
going to
me
say?
down. You're letting me down.
At least a pun,
Bad
mate.
idea.
Was that a joke?
No.
Oh, just a bad idea. Well, how's that a joke?
What, he smelled it and went, bad idea. That's supposed to be funny.
No. No. There's no punchline. There's no setup and payoff. It's not. No.
Yeah, of course there wasn't a punchline. It was a sniff line.
Yuck in there. It'll take a moment, sir.
Didn't take a moment earlier.
I know. How long is it freaking taking?
The first
What-
remote they got
why-
from Best Buy, and this one they got from Kmart.
I like how...
Oh, here we go.
Marco
Warrior
just-
cry!
There's the warrior cries.
So this is how you know that the real Tom, which one's the real Tom, because he's going to sit there and go, oh, the warrior cry!
imagine that's... yeah, imagine so, yeah.
Nope.
No, this can't be
Oh.
happening. What? The temperature dial has reached meltdown in the brood chamber.
Meltdown? What? Why is there a meltdown
Why is the
function?
meltdown an option?
Again, this proves your point. We all know who the real Tom is because he knows what that device is. and what it reads.
Why is there?
But wait, you don't need to have any level of knowledge of this thing to know that beeping and screaming is a bad thing, and run up there and be like, "It's meltdown."
It's like
well, it's a
It's like if you've got an oven and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, house explosion. No one's going to turn it to that level.
Like, why is that an option?
Why is that there? Jesus Christ.
What does that mean?
What does that?
What is that? What is a meltdown? It's
What
not
is
good.
meltdown? What meltdown is?
What down melt is B?
Yerks are going to die.
Not the Yerks! No, not my babies! Not my babies! I birthed them myself!
Tails, it's...
Mate, we've got another 12 minutes of this epic action.
Oh my
Wish
gosh.
they put the
What is gonna
commercial
happen?
bumpers in here.
This is a feature length, by the way. They're just falling out. Where are they falling?
Wow. Wow, they're just
again.
oozing.
If you do not listen to me, the brood will die.
The brood! The brood!
You saw how 335 reacted. You've wasted enough of my time.
So after all your scanners and logic, it's he reacted more than you, therefore he's the real one.
They should have called this episode The Reaction.
Yeah.
True. The reacting. The reacting is strong in this one.
Lock him up. Yeah, you go stand in line there. Don't
man,
worry.
now you guys.
Axe still hasn't demorphed.
Sorry, Axe.
I only had 5 minutes left.
I only have 30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
28 seconds.
Just walk away. There's no security, mate. So you need to go to the lab or something.
Here's the thing, just morph and then run around with your tail blade and just start cutting down people.
Yeah, who's going to stop him?
What is this room?
I don't know. It's just the mop cupboard.
It's a second broom closet. Broom closet.
Oh, there's my wood fire oven that has a red pipe in it.
This could be a plan.
Could it?
Yes.
Okay.
Touch it. Uh-oh, here
How
we go.
Marco's always like, the only thing they give Boris to do is run around as a human and hit things with chairs. Like, the only thing they give him to do.
It's because he can't morph gorilla, so what else is he going to do, man?
True.
Give him the wolf morph, how useless.
Look at how this woman's looking at the...
Yeah, well, they're like pinky out. She's like so fancy. She's like she's gonna drink a cup of tea.
It looks like she's gonna eat it.
This will taste delicious with a side of sauce.
Wait, so the students are just lining up outside, and they just go behind a curtain with a woman approaching them with a slug in a pair of tweezers, and nobody screams. Nobody's like.
This is what I was saying. Was that it's like no, like everybody is so casual about just like standing around and being like, that's totally.
Remember
normal,
how
that's totally
they
normal.
like?
Oh dear, a fate worse than death. Whatever will I do?
You know from the first couple episodes, and they go down in the yurt pool in the first couple episodes, and there's like all these screams and people saying, "Help me, no!" You know, there's all these screams and cries, and now it's like a library in there. It's like nobody's saying anything.
I think it'd be great. There needs to be like just a cutaway of a librarian sitting in a corner, go shh. When someone's being too loud, that'll complete it.
Yeah,
that'll be a 10 out of 10. What are you going to do, Axe?
Oh, he doesn't use a chair. He uses a crate this time instead of a chair.
Oh my god.
Was that a
the
green
heck?
screen
The whole
of them
place
throwing
shakes.
Right, stock noises. Stock noises,
Wait,
everyone.
wait. I need to see the green screen of him throwing this thing.
He hits with this thing, and the
Oh no,
whole
they
place
actually threw it.
shakes. Like they're on a starship or something.
Right, stock noises, everyone. And
I broke a fundamental pipe that is like 2 inches wide.
Did you notice how the
and
entire...
that's like causing everything to shake.
Yeah, everything's like earthquake mode now. Right, roast me, go. I can take
You want me
it.
to do it this time?
Yeah, go on.
There you go.
Okay. Let's see. You're it's irritating when you're talking about the Animorphs movie and you're so overly optimistic about it. It's irritating.
That's it. That's the roast. Raptor, come on.
That's it.
In 3 words, roast me harder. Roast me harder, Daddy.
You have patchy facial hair.
Well, that's actually 5 words, so you failed the mission.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
There you go. Failed hard.
Yes.
Your southern accent sounds like shit.
My southern accent's are the best in the world.
Take it back. All of your accents sound like shit.
What do you mean, all my accents? I don't...
Any accent you've ever done sounds like shit.
Bollocks. Bollocks.
There you go.
Balls and buggery and blasted bollocking bastards.
That's your homeland accent. That doesn't count.
Oh. What if I talk to your nice accent right here?
Yeah, that literally sounds like you're having a stroke.
Like everything is like either Beverly Hillbillies or so aggressively weird.
Like next thing you know, Mr. V's really there.
Well, what if I talk to you like this?
Yeah, like I said, continuing the trend of
Yes, what was that?
Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, hold on.
Here we go, he's morphing.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
morphin' time.
Yeah. Oh, what?
He's turning into a
Uh-oh,
Smurf.
he can't morph. He can't morph back.
Oh, he's
a Smurf.
They just painted him blue.
That's amazing. That is amazing that they painted him blue.
He looks like a
Had an
Star
extra
Trek
finger.
alien.
2, 3. Does he have an extra finger?
I don't think he does, no.
No, he's got 5.
Finish. I think I'm stuck.
He's a Star Trek alien now.
I'm just gonna be a Smurf for the rest of my life.
It's super cockroach.
And Mark is a cockroach.
Wow.
Is that really wise?
Expertly dodged boulders the size of my building.
Uh-oh, he's dead. And on and on that note, everyone,
the show is 2 for 2 for killing Animorphs and Insectomorphs.
I need to go to the lab and change my camera battery.
That's so funny.
Right, everyone, I want you to do a Shakespearean monologue for Margot's death scene.
We hardly knew ye, for thou'st was a pure soul of light and love and sarcasm.
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Thou hast been brutally murdered by thine foes under ye boulder of weighted value. It maketh me pine for the time when within thy novels thy spoke truly and purely of hilarity and insanity over and over.
I'll go with a pun. Marco always loved classic rock.
Beautiful. I'm moved to tears.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's too funny.
Everybody loves a good pun.
Do you think that rock is like made of styrofoam? I just love that they painted him blue. I love that they're like, how can we add tension to Axe being stuck in human morph? Let's paint him blue.
Paint him blue. You know what? All they had to do is like add a stock eye like hanging down. That would have been funny.
Oh, that would have been really good. That is a good call. Oh my gosh, that's like it's like on a string.
I like how the rock is just completely flat on that one side that it lands to.
And it's like completely unambiguous that it's like, no, he would be dead. He would be straight up dead in this situation because of how flat that rock is.
It's like how Marco hasn't morphed in all of these episodes, and he finally morphs, and he's like, "I'll just be a cockroach."
It's a cockroach. Well, I kind of like. Okay, I'll give him a little bit of a point. I'll give him some points here. At least you were saying earlier that they didn't do a lot of morphing. We've already had Rachel demorph as a Yeerk. We've had Marco choose to morph a cockroach. You know, as stupid as it was, the morphing Tom wasn't necessarily a bad idea in order to like buy yourself a little bit of time. It just sucks that Jake's teammates are too stupid to come figure out where he is and help him, and Jake's too stupid to thought speak to any of them to try to get their help.
What's going on?
Here's a compliment I'll give to part 3 here. Part 3 is not as bad as part 2.
That's not very much of a compliment, is it?
It's pretty bad.
That's like saying that Stalin, he wasn't as bad as Hitler.
No, well, that's not that's a false equivalency. No,
yeah,
I'm saying
true.
It's what we call in the States a backhanded compliment.
True.
It's like when I say, Raptor, your aesthetic is pleasing, is a backhanded compliment.
No, that's not a thing.
Sorry, I tried to roast him and it didn't come out right.
Perfect.
Yeah, no,
Perfect.
that was terrible.
What I meant to say was, you're like a wheelbarrow without a wheel, an awkward bucket.
I was gonna say just a barrow then.
A bucket with an odd shape.
I was gonna say. So it sounds like what you call it. It's a barrow.
A barrel? Are you taking a piss out of my accent, mate? Oi, I want a license for that. I want you to show me your license. Taking a piss like that.
You're like a wheelbarrow without a wheel.
You're like a fucking spade without a handle, you are.
I like how your accent makes you sound like a sloth from the Goonies.
What? What, mine or Raptors?
No, Raptors. Raptors.
Raptor, do it again.
Don't you go round here making all kinds of claims.
Don't you go being a
accent doesn't sound right at all. All right.
All right. All right.
I talk about like you got a mouthful of marble.
All right.
All right.
I won't fucking have that. Fucking all right. Where's your fucking license, mate? Is this what my taxes are going to, mate? All right. Where's your license?
Yeah, exactly.
What, a bottle of water?
A bottle of water.
Where's your license for a bottle of water?
A bottle of water.
Oi!
Attention! The pipe is broken. It was a really important pipe.
By the way,
here, can we just address the fact that they're evacuating everything because Marco threw a crate?
Yeah.
Yeah, at a pipe that's like 2 inches. Like, it is not a serious thing.
Christ, the fucking T-boy stumbling over would cause the entire place to crumble to dust.
Apparently, who needs the nuclear bomb that Axe threatens to drop on it? Who needs the train full of explosives when all you need to do is throw a crate and break a pipe and everything is done?
Just send my wife down there. She'll fucking bring the place down in a minute.
I'm curious though to see how this scene plays out, because are we gonna get a version of Cassie helping Marco out of his dog-sized flea morph?
No.
With her and Axe?
No.
Possibly you can't get stuck.
Look at me. Look at me. I am.
Look at me. I'm
gonna be in the Blue Man group.
I'm gonna be in the Avatar 3.
James Cameron loves me. Uh-oh.
I just want to clarify as well. I forgot to mention, I did see somebody say, I don't think British people actually say oi a lot. But I want to clarify, we actually do. We say oi a fucking lot.
Oi a lot.
Oi. Just wanted to clarify.
Oi, there's a lot of ois.
No, my favorite British term is, are you taking a piss?
No, are you taking the piss?
Yeah.
We don't say, are you taking... Are you
correctly quoted it.
Mate, are you taking a piss?
Taking the piss.
No, it's are you taking the piss? But it sounds like taking the piss.
I like how piss suddenly has powers that make you cool. So if you're taking the piss out of someone, that somehow makes somebody worse.
Wait.
That's the thing that I think is funny.
It's like when it's like when you call something the dog's bollocks. It's a good thing.
Right.
Right.
So I'll say, Bernard, there's nothing cooler than a hairy pair of dog balls.
It's like I'd say, Bernard, you're the dog's bollocks. Raptor, you're bog standard.
Oh, thanks. Oh, bog standard? Oh man, that's harsh. That's not cool, bro.
Nah, mate, you're the dog's bollocks as well.
Swamp ass? What is that?
I'm basic. It means I'm basic.
You're the basic model, whereas you, Bernard, you're the deluxe model.
Right.
It's the hat. It's the cat that does
I'm
it.
the proper Honda model, and you're the Honda Jazz.
I'm the
yeah,
Jazz.
Raptor, you're the Honda Jazz of Animorphs fans.
There you go. There you go. It's true.
There's Axe.
Hey, we get to see Axe and Andalite for him.
And now he's morphing back to human.
Only for a second, though.
Because it'd be terrible.
Can't move.
Why?
It wouldn't be terribly useful to be in an Andalite body while the airport's collapsing.
It wouldn't be terribly useful
It's not
to
like
be
they
in like
can't
any
run
other
faster and have a tail blade that can cut through people. Like that's not useful.
Seriously. It's a
But then again,
Paolo.
Vista 3 is hanging down the airport in his human body, so why can't Axe? So he's just like
True.
It's the trend. It's the trend, man. It's the trend.
Hey, all the cool people hang out in human.
That's what they're all talking about on the Tickety Talk.
True.
All talk about the human morphs.
But which Tom is it? Is it the real Tom or is it the?
Oh, is this the one where Tom
you know,
dies?
we don't know at this point.
Is this the one where Tom dies? I think it is, you know.
Tom's trapped. We have to help him.
Tom's trapped. Oh no!
Caving in from.
He's not
Marco's
moving. He's
crate,
just standing
bro.
there. Now he's dead.
Wow.
Okay. Can I have everyone's attention, please?
The foundation of the school is falling apart.
In an orderly fashion. Tornado has passed and the crisis is over.
Yeah,
I hate this episode.
Do you think that he had a time limit? And that's why he's doing why isn't he in communication with the people down in the pool to be like, hey, by the way, everything terrible is happening down here. Like, bring everyone down here so that we can infest them all quickly.
Guys, why has the entire gym fallen into the ground?
Well, true.
Why is
and
everything rumbling?
exactly. The very foundations of the school are collapsing, and everyone's fine.
Round of applause, everyone. The
When
tornado
school caves
passed.
in, it's definitely not going to be a big deal.
Let's see how we react.
The actual tornado that just so happened to coincide with our fake tornado is now passed.
True.
And had no effect on the plot whatsoever. Yeah.
Just wanted to utilize our wind machines.
Do you say the basketball? Oh.
The good news is nobody got hurt. Yeah.
We just saw Tom get crushed by a rock.
Bunch of rocks thrown
Marco's
on the
dead.
Right.
Tobias doesn't exist. Oh wait, no.
Marco got squished.
I keep forgetting that Tobias is there. He's on the screen. He's got such presence.
He's the one who delivered the line.
Yeah, you might be right, Tobias, but where's Tobias?
Or Marco.
Where's
I'm
Tobias?
getting worried. They should be out by now.
Yes.
They didn't even know where Jake was. They don't even know where Jake is.
Wait, so Tobias literally turned around and said, "At least nobody got hurt," and then actually says, "Yeah, it was only Marco and Jake."
Marco's the
Marco shows
one
up.
who knows Jake. Marco's the only one who knows Jake was down there. None of them even knew Jake was ever even there.
Right. So how would they know that Jake should be out by now? It doesn't make any sense.
Mate,
because he never showed up.
Mate, how have you not learned
they
by
even
now?
spent the better half of the last episode being like, well, where's Jake? We don't know where Jake is. Herp-a-derp. But now they're like, oh, Jake should probably be out of the Yerk pool. Like, you didn't even know.
Raptor, how many times have we told you throughout 21 episodes?
I know.
Don't trust logic. Logic is the enemy.
Right.
You are.
I don't want to paint the whole series with the brush of this terrible 3-parter. Okay, there is some logic to some of the episodes. Okay.
Here we go, Dr. Optimist. Doctimist.
That's me, Dr. Optimus Prime.
Optimist Prime.
Dr. Optimus.
I am Optimus Prime, always thinking about the best thing.
Dr. Octopus.
Oh yeah,
That's
Mr. Reviews is a pessimistotron.
There you go.
Cringe. By the way, how has nobody written someone probably bloody has now. How's nobody written a comic called Dr. Octopus?
I mean, he has had other types of comics. I mean, he is a character that has had this thing.
No, I'm just going to say,
He took over
Octopus real?
Spider-Man's body, and they did a whole run called Superior Spider-Man that most people didn't like.
What, a character called Dr. Octopus?
Yeah, he's a
Yes.
he's
Oh,
Spider-Man
so my original idea doesn't turn
Spider-Man
out to be
villain.
so original. Great, thanks.
Oh.
Right, now's the perfect time to roast me on my lack of originality. Go.
You don't have any idea about like 98% of anything pop culture.
No, just don't leave that last part of the sentence out.
Yes. Yeah, I would say it's sometimes your lack of knowledge of other franchises astounds me.
Mate, I'm Animorphs fan #1, which means, you know, I'm not a jack of all trades. I mean, you know, oi,
True.
Where's your license for? Carry on.
Oi.
I am stupendous.
Yeah, that's my comeback.
I mean, Marco, did you find Jake?
Yes.
You didn't see him?
You never found the trap room.
He wasn't trapped in a room. He was Tom.
Wait, how? Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
What?
There's Tom.
How does he know that? How does he know that?
He saw 2 Toms.
Yeah, but how's he know it wasn't? How's he know it was Jake? He didn't know Jake went down there. He didn't know it was one of the other Animorphs.
Well, they knew. Well, Jake reached out to them in ThoughtSpeak.
Did he?
Yeah. In the last episode, he was like, he was in like a trapped room, and he's like, "I'm stuck in a trapped room. Come help me."
And we were like, but Jake was yelling through the door instead of actually morphing and using ThoughtSpeak.
Right.
So they.
Oh yeah. Right. Ignore me and ignore Raptor too.
You're not making any sense.
Of course.
Jake morphed Tom, so there were 2 Toms. I think Mr. 3 has Jake.
So the real Tom died, not the Jake Tom.
Oh, wait, Axe and I saw Tom when we were leaving. He was trapped behind a wall of rock.
Could that have been Jake? I don't know, but I'm going back.
Yeah, me too.
We're to seal up this entrance as quickly as possible. Mr. 3's orders.
Do you remember which locker it was?
No, even if I did, I wouldn't know the combination.
Oh my gosh. Wasn't it? Oh, that'll do it. Fortunately, the door opened right when we were here.
You 2 report to Chapman. I've got to detail this room in case the authorities come.
Oh man, tell me he's gonna demorph.
Wait, so they got no way of telling if somebody's standing outside that locker. So what if some random student sees?
Right?
Oh fuck!
They'll just jump them and then throw them in the pool.
But what if there's
This is
like,
the
a
reason
room
why
full
you
of
need
students?
more than one entrance inside of a school. Okay.
That's what she said.
Boom. Got him.
Psycho.
So it was the real Tom that died.
Jake, I'm so glad it's you.
By the way, was that green screen?
I mean, it was a special effect.
They had to comp him in, so probably.
Yeah, let's do it. I've got a lot of drink left. Let's do it. Right. Whose turn is it?
It's mine, technically.
I'll drink to your pain, Mr.
You
Reviews.
fumble your words when you're trying to give really intense criticism to people. Very rarely do you come up with a good counter argument.
Wow, like, is that your phone, Bernard?
It was mine.
Not mine.
Shocking. Go on then, like when? Give me an example.
Well, even this very episode, you start trying to say things, and then you're like, "Oh, try."
What? Right. Okay. Right. You may have a point.
Yeah.
But let's just carry on.
I do like that your insults always sound like they're coming, like you're talking on a cell phone and driving under a tunnel.
Wait, what? What?
You just cut in and out. Nobody knows what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it. That's what's happening. My signal conveniently cuts out at the right time.
That's it.
Exactly.
I can't hear you.
You know, I think you look better in that other morph.
Marco.
That's a joke?
That's not a very good one.
Well, it still counts though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Two
All right,
fingers.
Mr. Reviews, I think you look better in the other morph.
Oh! Got him.
What other morph? I've only got one morph, and it's
other
Dr.
morph.
Awesome. It would have been Dr. Octopus, but somebody had to freaking steal that idea.
When you were a cat or a snake, in the couple of times that you've done morphing in your videos.
You know the Animorphs Reviews lore.
That's
Well
true.
done.
Deep in the Animorphs Reviews lore.
I think you looked best as Medibolics under the stairs.
Oh,
True.
Yeah, I was actually surprised he wasn't offended by that. Just this hobbit living under the stairs.
It's all in good.
No,
it's all in good
Yeah, it was good banter, and I'm happy he
sport.
took it as good banter. That was it was fun. Well, it was very tight under those stairs.
I believe it.
Oh dear.
All right, let's finish this up.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm happy to see
Bro
you.
hug.
He's.
How come he didn't ask where his brother was?
Meanwhile, in Siberia. Wow. Oh.
Okay, yeah, pause it real quick. Okay,
That was
so
green
yeah,
screen.
that's the last thing we get of Victor Trent.
Yep, that's it.
Because he goes out of the news, and so he can't use the morph anymore.
Which
That's their explanation.
probably means he got killed in the Yurt Ball. Or his host got so badly injured by like a falling rock or something.
So does that mean that Visor 3, I mean, obviously we'll watch and we'll see, but like, is the implication there that Visor 3 is like no longer in the series?
He is.
Okay.
He is in the series.
But like,
he is. Just
but
his
how do they
human
show
persona he was using is now compromised, so he can't use it anymore.
So does he show up as
Their
an
reasoning.
Andalite? Because I felt like the whole reason why he was Victor Trent most of the time because it was too expensive to be the Andalite puppet, but now he's just going to be the Andalite puppet all the time?
Should we spoil it for him,
No.
Bernard? Should we spoil it for him?
I'll spoil it. Yeah, he takes on another human morph persona.
Oh, boo.
But it's no one
You know
quite as charismatic.
I mean, he does do that in the books, so I guess that's fair, but boo.
It's not as good as Eugene Lipinski,
No.
but
No.
he's kind of.
I doubt it.
To be fair, he didn't have the chance
I doubt we will ever reach the high highs of Eugene Lipinski.
He didn't really have the opportunity because he was only in like 2 episodes and then the series got cancelled. So, to be fair to the second,
he doesn't
Mr.
even
Reactor.
appear. He doesn't appear until the final 3 episodes, which the final 3 episodes in the States at least aired as one movie. They call it the Animorphs movie, and they ran all the episodes, like the episodes just carried over into each other.
Interesting.
But yes.
Okay.
So,
Let's finish.
by the way, green
Let's keep
screen.
going.
Green screen. We can carry on. But I'll drink to this one. And Bernard, you drink too.
Do you think Siberia being green is supposed to be a reference to Nickelodeon slime?
Probably.
Oh.
This is great. And beat them at their own game.
Did I ever tell you how I
Did-
morphed back while being a cockroach trapped underneath a boulder the size of this mall?
I think you told me.
Oh my gosh.
10 times?
It was definitely as big as them all.
Come on, Super Roach, let's get some drinks.
Super Roach.
But this music is great.
Some of the
How
music
he's
choices
finally
are pretty
human,
good.
and his first thing he wants to do is go play a game.
Listen,
I want to go play a video game.
it's video game time. Okay, I missed playing Beast Wars.
I'm going to go and help them with the drinks.
I own that Beast Wars game. It's actually pretty fun. It's
Why
hard.
are we getting this moment with Cassie and Rachel? What's going to happen here?
Yeah, I was gonna say we have like had no like time with Cassie and Rachel for a while, but apparently now we're gonna have some little heart to
This
hearts.
looked like an idiot to Tobias.
Oh.
I lost it. It was a first class freak out. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sure he doesn't think you're weird or anything. You think Tobias thinks I'm weird?
What the fuck is this
I think
conversation?
you ask Tobias what he thinks.
It's girl talk, man.
Let's celebrate.
Thank you.
How come Jake is not asked about his
This was
brother?
a great victory for both of our species.
We should be very proud of ourselves.
Yes, and I should be especially proud since I'm the man.
By the way,
Marco.
By the way, they're not whispering this. They're just shouting out to the whole of Siberia.
Yeah, seriously.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Who the fuck is that?
Sorry.
Who? Wait. Who's that? Who's this?
That's Siberia
that's
lady.
Anne? No,
that's not Anne.
Siberian Anne.
That's another Anne.
No, that's not Anne.
Number 2.
This random extra just comes and looks over their shoulders and smiles.
Like, you guys are idiots.
What was that about 2 species? Ah!
Why are you spilling liquid? I have to clean this shit up.
Right.
Whatever.
Oh.
I love X's laugh.
That's a joke. That's funny for the audience. That's a joke. Three fingers.
Oh my gosh.
All right, roast me quickly. Roast me harder, Daddy.
Oh my gosh. You are purposefully inflammatory. I feel that sometimes you are purposefully inflammatory.
Yeah, sometimes. It's because I find it funny. I find it funny, and if I find something funny, I say it.
Yeah.
It's just who I am.
No, I mean, you know what? Your thumbnails with the art, with the fake art over it, irritate me as a graphic design artist.
Fake art.
Ooh.
What, like the school, like the school analysis one?
Oh, when you take Raptor's face and you run it through a program, sketches it out.
What's
Lazy,
I know it,
lazy.
What's wrong with it? It just makes it very contrasty, which stands out when it's a small thing.
It visually bothers me.
Well, okay. Well, let's see what happens to your picture when I do the next thumbnail.
Boo.
Now it's on. Now it's on.
Okay.
Expect.
Get ready for the roast to be ramped up.
Oh, expect shenanigans in the next thumbnail, everyone.
Hi.
Already got ideas.
You know, I had a really big day today.
Birthday?
Uh-oh.
Save the world.
Save the world?
Yeah, right.
What the fuck is this?
Seriously. From the alien invasion.
Was he actually going to say that to her?
Wow.
What the fuck?
I wouldn't believe me either.
Is that a joke?
Got the high score.
Freedom Flyer.
Freedom Flyer!
Just wanted to take a shot at my old record.
Freedom Flyer.
That's
I never knew you had a
Freedom
record.
Haven't used my fingers in 6 months.
When you were in my head,
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
did you learn anything about me?
When you were inside me, did you learn anything about me?
Yeah, when you had access to all of my knowledge. When you had access to all of my knowledge, did you find anything out?
Did you know?
Was that a thing?
You didn't happen to see what magazines I've got under my bed, did you?
Right.
Terribly embarrassing.
Freaking out.
She was too busy freaking
Moving
out.
a York is the bravest thing anyone has ever done.
Really?
You just saying that.
Really?
No, I'm not.
Literally.
Absolutely cool.
Aw.
But now
Listen to that.
I'm curious.
Uh-oh.
What is it inside your head you don't want me to know about?
Uh-oh.
Got beat as a child.
Wait, what? Are we just gonna fade out? Oh, they're still there!
I was like, wow, we're gonna end there.
Well, then what did that other girl mean when she said, ew, gross?
She didn't say that, Ax. She said she was engrossed in my conversation.
Engrossed.
Good.
Man, reaching hard there, Marco.
Oh, Ax.
Hi. I'm Tanya.
Tanya?
And this is
Tanya, meet Ax. Sorry he can't talk to you right now because he has to swallow first.
Max. Hello.
Oh, he's such an awkward teen.
It's okay. I love a guy who's passionate about his food.
Ooh.
Swallow first. I don't want you to choke.
This reminds me of the criticism. Oh, good face to stop on. I'm gonna have to keep. That's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
Yeah.
One of the things I think I remember saying about this episode is that the last 10 minutes is them just hanging out in Siberia.
Yeah.
They literally had nothing else to film. They're like, how do we finish this feature length? Let's just have them having banter in Siberia for 10 minutes.
Jake still hasn't asked about his brother.
Nope.
True.
That's not even been addressed.
No, let's just have banter with Axe and this Tanya girl.
Tanya!
Tanya's always been there in the background.
I'm Tanya.
That's the point. What happened to Anna?
She's dead.
It was Anne, and
Sure.
she's prepping for the anthology.
Oh,
She did.
no, you copied my joke
She
there,
did.
mate. That's my joke.
No, it's not. I'm
Uh-oh.
recycling your joke. I'm not copying it.
Is this wise, Marco?
Like engine fuel.
Okay. Have one of these.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Human food is so good.
Really? You're gonna leave him alone,
Your
Marco?
human food?
Oh my god.
That does not. Yeah, I'm with you. That does not seem wise to leave him alone.
And Axe gets Tanya with his mouthful. Something's wrong with this picture.
That is so dodgy.
I know what's wrong.
What?
There's no music playing.
Uh-oh.
I'll come too. Mark.
Yeah,
Put on the
something.
jukebox.
Royalty. It have to be
Since
royalty-free
when did that
music
guy
because I
choose
couldn't
I
afford
don't know. I
anything.
guess saving the world took more out of me than I thought.
Saving the world. I've been meaning to thank you for doing that.
Forget it.
Oh.
Well, you
Thanks,
helped me out,
Marco.
so-
Seriously, it's not necessary.
You didn't see me throw
Yeah,
that
you're right.
crate.
Okay,
Yeah, I
we're
was saying,
done.
it took a lot of energy to throw that
What?
crate.
How do you figure that?
I mean, yeah, you've helped me through some tough times, but I have definitely saved you more than you saved me.
You think so?
Even though I wouldn't want my best friend to get a big head.
Inner
Inner
monologue. Yeah.
monologue! Finish it off with an inner monologue, and then I gotta go.
All right. Right, let's proceed to the end of the scene
We all know Marco pretty much saved the world today, along with all of us.
by throwing a crate.
Sometimes he can be a
Slow-mo! Finish
Nothing,
it up.
nothing to do with him morphing, just him throwing a crate.
I guess we all have a lot of reasons to celebrate. Friendship's just one of them.
Wow. Okay.
Right, so finish with
Impressive.
your best roast. Come on, bring it to me, Raptor.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Just, you are a true hullabaloo.
Make something up.
A true hullabaloo. You
Make something
destroy
up.
books
Say
and
I'm-
you destroy lives.
The face property. You crush dreams.
I crush
You're a
dreams.
crusher of dreams and
Oh,
souls.
well,
You make fun of me. You make fun of me way too much. I'm out here giving you time, giving you support, giving you care, and all you do is trash talk me in my takes.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, while Mr. Reviews has no takes, some of your takes, Raptor, are bad.
There you go.
Oh, Last Jedi. See, this is why you're a wheelless wheelbarrow.
What? I
barrow.
respect your opinion of The Last Jedi, even if it's wrong.
Okay, well, there you go.
Right, Raptor, what do you rate this episode?
Man, this one. Oof, it's hard for me to give it anything over. I'm gonna have to give it another 3. I can't give it anything more. It's
less memorable than the last one.
Yeah, it is a lot less memorable. There's a lot more weirdness to it in terms of it's like, oh, are we morphing? Are we not morphing? It's not great. Not great.
If you have to go,
I do.
say ta-ra, and I'll finish off with Bernard here.
All right, you guys have a good one.
It's good
Thanks
talking
for
to you again,
watching,
Raptor.
everybody. This was hot trash.
It was a good 3-parter. Cheers, Raptor. See you again
Yeah,
soon.
the face-off.
See you, Raptor.
The 3 parts did not make it any better. It's true.
No, I knew when this was the one I got invited to. This 3-parter. I was like, great, the worst 3 episodes of the whole show.
Well, there's another 3-parter coming up, so
So bad.
I don't think.
But that one's good.
Oh, okay. Right, Raptor. Won't keep you any longer. See you for the next
All right,
one.
see you, folks.
See you later. Right, Bernard. Bernard.
reviews.
What do we make of?
I mean, it's worse. It's worse than the last one in that there wasn't as much to have fun with.
Yeah, it was as bad logically.
It's a 2. I mean, it's one of the worst episodes of the potentially the worst episode of the entire show.
Yeah.
So it's not good. It's not good, and the enjoyment that you can get out of some of the dumb things, like at least in part 1 and part 2, there was some like meme worthy and some funny parts. This was just boring.
I mean, there were a few memeable parts, but yeah, it's just not as memorable. I mean, what do you rate it? Go on, give us a rating. I'm going to give it a 2.
It's a 2. Yeah, I said it was 2.
Oh, did you?
I did. I agree with you. It's a 2. It's not very good.
You're slightly off screen.
It's dangerous when we both agree on something.
It is. It's not usual. But hey,
No.
more importantly, what about Raptor's roasts?
I think he was pretty nice.
He's always that's why I like Raptor. He's a nice fella.
Oh yeah, I don't know. We don't want to get like too serious on the roasts, you know. It's all just it's all good fun. Good fun.
I think we'll have you. Are you happy to do more of these?
I would love to join for other episodes because I do like the TV show. I mean, that's in contrast to you who doesn't like it, and Raptor who doesn't remember anything about it or obviously hasn't seen it. So,
well, there is. We'll definitely have you for the next 3-parter at least.
If nothing else, it'll be I can be the good contrast in comparison to you guys.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be Mr. Optimist. You're supposed to be Mr. Pessimist. That's what you're always like with them. Is the movie happening, by the way?
Is the movie happening?
Have you changed your mind at all?
No. I don't think it is. And if it does, I've said this before, I was like, I'd rather have no movie than a bad movie. And my faith in Hollywood to produce something, Animorphs of good quality is not. I don't have much hope in that, so I'd rather have nothing than a bad movie.
I think Hollywood's gonna have to turn a corner at some point because from what I've seen, there's a lot of people that don't really like what Hollywood's producing at the moment. Everyone's a bit frustrated. But that's just me talking anecdotally. I could be completely wrong. People could be head over heels about it, but it just seems to be a lot of negativity around Hollywood at the moment.
Mainly when it comes to franchises, which unfortunately is like 90% of what Hollywood is producing is all franchise-based. It's all intellectual property, and that's what Animorphs is too, right? It's a franchise, and they're adapting it. And their adaptions of franchises and their sequels and reboots and remakes and all that stuff is not. Most of them are not very well received.
I think one of the hot topics at the moment is ever since the news about Roald Dahl books.
Yes.
About how they're changing the language.
Yes. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with corporations changing someone's creative work, especially when that person who created the work is no longer around to have a say in it.
Yeah. Or not allowed, or they can't have a say in it because also apparently James Bond is getting the same treatment. Where it's being updated
Ian
from
Fleming wrote the Bond books, and yeah, that's they changed that too. I don't agree with that either. So.
And there was the whole closer to home is Goosebumps, R.L. Stein's books, but I saw a lot of hubbub about it in like news and what have you. But I looked into it, and apparently those changes were made in 2018. So I think we've also got to watch out for, stuff that's just hyping up.
Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of changing stuff or like from the original source material, especially if they're not transparent about it. Yeah. That's also why I collect physical media in the first place. There's several movies I have on my shelf that if you watch them on a streaming service, they're altered. You're watching an altered version of the movie. Same thing with some of the TV shows I own. There's some episodes that you can't find on streaming.
Yeah. The thing is,
they're just
if they release Animorphs again, then it's going to be changed. Because there's a lot of stuff in that be seen as outdated these days. I had somebody comment on the channel the other day saying, if you did Animorphs word for word as a TV series from the books, like copied it exactly from the books, then it would be completely woke, which I'm assuming the definition they're using. But I just quoted back from them 3 paragraphs from book 17, where it's basically saying, oh, this guy tried to kill himself. He's clearly insane and belongs in an asylum. Just as an example of, this is something that would be changed today because it wouldn't be allowed to be in film.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I'm not a fan of changing something that's established to try and update it, even if it's minor changes that don't necessarily impact what the core of what the story is. How it was written is the way that it was written.
Yeah.
And you have to go into anything with the realization of when it was written.
Yeah.
When people like with Gone with the Wind, was a whole hubbub around that a couple years ago, and yes, there's obviously terrible things in the movie, like stereotypes and that, but you have to realize when it was made. When you're going in to watch it, realize when it was made.
So
I don't understand what's so complicated about that.
I'm not that fussed about it because, I mean, Animorphs has had it already in the 2011 prints. It wasn't for things like politically correct words. It was just updating references. So.
Yeah, because I think in the original they called. I don't remember exactly. I remember they changed something from whatever reference it was to a SpongeBob reference in the first book. So I mean, I guess.
I mean, that's understandable.
I'm not really a fan of it. I think it's unnecessary. But
the thing is, if picture, so like we look back at Roman times and we look at texts from Roman times, and we can use those to establish how things were back then. So if we change everything now, and we then zoom forward 1,000 years, and some historians look back and say, "Oh, look, this is what things were like back when this book was written." It's going to change how history looks.
Well, yes, especially in particular when it comes to art and entertainment as art, it reflects the time it was written, when it was made.
Yeah.
Animorphs in particular, even making minor changes to pop culture references doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you actually examine the book, because the whole book can only exist the time period in which it was written, because it can't exist now because of smartphones and all the technology. It's changed in 2 decades. So, just from a logical level, those updates don't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
And so there's no point to changing it.
I think most people would agree that, if you're going to read an Animorphs book, you'd read the original. I don't think there are many people who'd be like, I'd prefer to read the one with the more up-to-date references. Because it's just not, it's not the same, is it?
And here's the question I would ask is, if you got the digital version on Kindle or whatever, or the audio version, does the audio version or the digital version, is it the original version, or is it the updated version that from the re-releases?
The audiobooks? I don't know, actually. I imagine it's the original because they've done, up to 44? And the reissues
Well, they would have to be
7,
the original 8. Because the reissues only went to what, book
8.
10?
They went to 8.
8?
Yeah.
So if you downloaded the Kindle version to read, which version is it that you're downloading?
I don't know. I don't have Kindle.
No, but that's the thing, is a lot of people only read stuff on digital, and if the only version you can get is the re-released version, that's the only version that exists in a digital format.
Yeah.
But the only way you could read the original is if you had the original book.
Yeah, which are out of print.
Exactly. So you can't find them. So it essentially erases it, because the only one that is available is the re-release version.
Just to finish off this discussion then. So you don't like books being rewritten to get rid of outdated references and whatnot. But one of the things that apparently happened in the Animorphs reissue 2011 is they corrected KASUs, so Catherine Applegate's screw-ups. What do you think on that front? So, for example, in Book 8, they updated it so that it no longer said that Hork-Bajir engage in civil war, because that was retconned. So they took that out.
I mean, changes that reflect the dated canon, essentially. So obviously, when that was written, Hork-Bajir were not as well defined. So they wrote that, and then they defined them later. They realized that contradicted it.
Yeah. So what's your opinion on that? Is that warranting a rewrite?
I'm not a fan of that either. Just to be consistent, I think that what was originally written should be. I think they just have a consistent argument. That's the way I would approach it. I mean, Star Trek. They addressed it. So I know you're not a Star Trek fan, but in Star Trek, in the original series, the Klingons didn't look anything like the Klingons from Next Generation. When they did the Next Generation, redesigned the Klingons. And then in an episode of Enterprise, which was a prequel series, which came out decades after the original series, they wrote an episode to explain why the Klingons look different in the original series.
Okay.
So I'm fine with explaining why certain things look a certain way or referred to in a way that isn't necessarily as consistent.
But not by rewriting what was previously released.
No.
Yeah.
And it'd be like if you went back to Star Trek, the original series, and we're like, all right, well, we're just going to erase every episode that has the Klingons in it because it doesn't coincide with how the Klingons look or are portrayed later.
Okay.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Fair enough. I think this is worth a video on its own for my channel, discussing this sort of thing, because I think it is.
I don't know what Raptor steak is, but
well, I suppose we'll find out. Hey, did you enjoy today? Because I've enjoyed today.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. The episode was the worst of the show, I think.
Nah, the worst is probably the one with the Elemist. The one where Axe gets captured by a string.
The net. Yeah, that one. With the net. Yeah, that one is pretty bad too. I don't think it's as bad as this.
It's got the worst moments, but maybe not the worst plot. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed because it's late and I've got COVID and I probably should get my sleep.
It's a good thing you've been drinking.
I think we should do another video of us just having a... Well, not even that. Let's just have a chat. Fuck doing a video.
Sure.
I think we need to have a good chat. So,
sure.
I'll catch you again soon.
I'm always up for a chat.
Lovely. All right. You have a good night, mate.
All right, you too. We'll see ya.
See ya. Bye.